Fortunes of the Field. A Lesson in Gratitude.
In a city full of skyscrapers, hustle and bustle, lived a wealthy man with his family. He was a businessman who dedicated most of his time to his work, hoping to ensure a comfortable and prosperous future for his son, Andrés. The boy, about 10 years old, grew up surrounded by comforts: a luxurious home, expensive toys, trips to faraway destinations, and a life full of luxuries. However, Andrés' father felt that his son did not value enough everything he had. One day, while reflecting in his office, an idea occurred to him: take Andrés to the countryside so that he could see how different the lives of other people were, especially those who did not have the comforts that they enjoyed every day. This will teach him to value what he has, thought the father with determination. So one Saturday morning, the father approached Andrés with a smile and proposed a special trip. "We're going to do something different this weekend. I'll take you to the countryside so you can see how other people live," she said enthusiastically. Andrés, intrigued, accepted the proposal without thinking twice. He liked any adventure, especially if it meant getting away from the daily routine. That same day, they set off in their luxurious car towards the countryside. After several hours of travel, they arrived at a small, humble and simple farm that belonged to a peasant family. It was a modest place, with a worn wooden house, a vegetable garden in the background, and a few farm animals. In the distance, a river could be seen meandering through the green landscape. The family that welcomed them was friendly and smiling. They were people with hands hardened by work, with simple but clean clothing, and a warmth that could be perceived in every gesture. They invited them in and offered them a lunch prepared with fresh products from their own harvest: juicy tomatoes, crisp lettuce, homemade bread, and freshly made cheese. Throughout the day, Andrés watched with curiosity. The children of the family played barefoot in the fields, running after the chickens, laughing non-stop, while the adults worked together in the garden or in the stable. There was an atmosphere of collaboration and joy that surprised the child. In the evening, after a simple dinner, everyone gathered around a campfire. The light of the flames illuminated their faces, and the peasant family told stories of their life in the fields, stories of hard work, but also of happy moments and small achievements. Andrés watched fascinated as the family members shared stories and laughter. He had never seen his own father or mother laugh so much, or talk in such a relaxed and close way. He, accustomed to having dinner in silence in front of the television, felt something new in his chest, something warm and comforting. The next day, after breakfasting with freshly baked bread and fresh milk, Andrés' father decided it was time to return home. On the way back, he felt that he had achieved his goal. He had shown his son how different and difficult life was for some people. He was sure that Andrew had learned a valuable lesson. When they got home, the father asked him with a confident smile, "So, son, what did you think of the trip?" Andrew replied with a big smile, "Very nice, Dad." The father, intrigued by his son's positive reaction, persisted, "Did you see how poor and needy people can be?" Andrew nodded slowly and said, "Yes, Dad, I saw many things." Feeling that his message had penetrated his son's heart, the father continued, "And what did you learn, son?" Andrew was silent for a moment, as if he was searching for the right words. Then he looked up and began to speak. "Well, Dad, I saw that we have a dog at home, and they have four that run free all over the field. We have a 25-meter pool, but they have a cool, clear stream that seems to have no end. We have imported lamps that light up our yard, but they have the stars and the moon that light up the entire sky every night. Our yard reaches up to the wall of the house, but theirs extends as far as the eye can see, to the horizon. The father listened to each word with growing amazement, but Andrés had not finished. He took a deep breath and continued. Dad, they have time to talk, laugh, and be together. They have time to enjoy a campfire, to tell stories, to look into each other's eyes. We, on the other hand, you and Mom are always working, and I almost never see them. The father remained silent. He had taken his son to the countryside to see how poor these people were, but Andrew had seen a different wealth, one that was not measured in material things. He had understood that these people, although humble in possessions, were rich in time, in affection, in shared joy, in gratitude for each day. After a long silence, Andrés added with a sincere smile. Thank you, Dad, for teaching me how rich we can become. Then, the father felt that a much deeper lesson had been given to him. He understood that true wealth is not measured by what we have, but by what we share, by the gratitude we feel for each moment lived, for each conversation and each smile we give and receive. From that day on, Andrés's father began to change. He reduced his workload, began to spend more time with his family, to go out for walks with his son, to have dinner together without television, to listen, to laugh, to simply be present. He began to see life with different eyes, with the eyes of his son, who had shown him what was truly valuable. And so, every time he looked at the sky at night, he no longer saw just stars, but lights of a fortune far greater than any material wealth, the fortune of being able to be thankful for every small moment, every day lived fully with the people he loved most. As he had learned from his son, gratitude is not appreciating what you have, but understanding that wealth is in everything that is already within our reach, if we know how to look with an open heart. Final reflection. Life is full of riches that are not found in material things, but in shared moments, in gratitude for the simple things, in the love of family and friends. Sometimes, we need to change our perspective to realize how truly fortunate we are. As Andrés taught us, being grateful is recognizing the small wonders that life gives us every day. Welcome to our channel. All copyrights reserved. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and select the bell to be notified of new videos.